Stacy Slade, and we have Frenzy here, who is 3 months old. She is happy to be starting in her first video by herself. Admittedly, I'm a little behind on training, so we're starting to work on some things that we did earlier with Hazy, so it's okay. Sometimes life happens, and we start where we can, but we got to catch up, and I'm going to teach Frenzy how to leave it. So we haven't worked on this at all with her, so this might be a little definitely reality. First, I want to call out the shirt I have on is from Tagline Goods, which the link will be at the end of the video. Please check out all of our t-shirts. We have a lot of Bernese Mountain Dog things as well as other breeds. So life is better with a burner. She agrees. So please check out the link that helps us do what we do and appreciate the support of Tagline Goods. So let's work on leave it. So I am working with Frenzy also and not barking, so you'll see me kind of put my hands on her and praise her for being quiet. So for leave it, first of all, I'm gonna put a bunch of kibble in one hand. I have her bowl, it's just gonna sit on my lap. So I'm gonna put this down here and say leave it, and the second she doesn't touch it and she doesn't work on it, I'm going to praise her. I'm gonna wait her out. I might actually pull my fist away in a second if she doesn't. Oh, good girl. So she backed off for a second. Good, leave it. Good, leave it. So she's figuring out the food comes from somewhere else. Good, leave it. Leave it. A lot of dog training is patience and helping them see. Trying to figure out, you guys can sort of see that she's continuing to bug my hand. Frenzy, leave it. Yes, good, leave it. Frenzy, leave it. I'm gonna pull my hand away. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Yes, good girl, good, leave it. Good, leave it. So she's looking at me. I'm gonna try and turn my chair a little bit so you guys can see her. Good, leave it. Yes. So she started looking at me. Good, leave it. Yeah, good girl. Leave it. Yes, good, leave it. Yes, good, leave it. So I'm going to pull her down, but she did leave this hand, which is what I'm asking her to do. Good, leave it. So she's starting to learn this game. It's how she gets the food from here. So I'm going to make it harder and open my hand a little bit. Uh-oh, that made it very exciting. Leave it. Yes, good, leave it. Good girl. Leave it. Yes, good, leave it. So the second she looks up at me, I'm gonna give her a treat from the bowl. Good, leave it. So now she's not even looking at it. I'll open it back up. Good, leave it. Leave it. Yes, good girl. She's starting to learn that she can't go after the stuff in my hands. Whoops. But she's also going to learn that she can't go after it on the lap either. She has to figure out what the name of this game is. How do I get the food? Yes, good, leave it. So she didn't really look at me, but she looked somewhere else. Good, leave it. So she knows it's there, but she's not paying attention to my hand. Uh-oh, but we don't give food for barking. Leave it. Yeah, good, leave it. Good girl. Oops, I dropped the piece. Good girl. Leave it. Yes, good girl. Good girl. I'm going to jackpot that. She looked at the open hand and ignored it. Good girl. Good. Leave it. Leave it. Yes. Uh-oh. So I'm going to give her a piece because I did say yes, but she jumped up off those. Uh-oh. Don't choke on it, friends. So it's just a matter of working with her so she understands this game is when I say leave it, and she looks up at me and leaves this handful of kibble alone, that she's going to get something from this hand. Leave it. Good girl, Frenzy. So the second time we do this game, it'll be even easier for her. Leave it. Yeah! Oh, good girl! So she walked away from the open-handed kibble. Good girl, Frenzy. Good girl. That was really good. We're going to end on that note because that was really good. So she's starting to learn that she leaves this hand alone. So she learns the name of that game. So she's going to figure out how to get food from me. And I don't want her to start barking because that's something she does is called demand barking. And how I'm working on that we'll go over in a different video. But keep training. Have fun with your puppy. There are different ways to teach leave it. That's one way I start. The next way I do it is with the food on the floor, and I can put my foot over it so she doesn't grab it. So touch. So now I've confused her. Touch. Yes. So she knows touch. So I asked her to touch to give her something to do while we're talking, and I don't want her barking. Touch. Yes. Good girl. Touch. Touch. So she has to figure out this new game I'm trying with her. Yes, good touch. So I asked her to touch, so I'm going to give it to her, but I'm going to have her touch out here. Touch. Touch. Yeah, good girl. So that you start the wheels turning on how they get the food from you. Touch. Good touch. So we play games to stimulate their brain to start learning these different ways that we engage with them. Good touch. Good girl. So now she's like, okay, I know there's ways I can get food. Hopefully not choke on it. And it's a kind of fun. I get to use my brain. Can you touch? Uh-oh. She's got the kibble. Okay. Good girl. Good girl. So work with leave it with your puppy and work with them learning it in a positive way. Notice there was no punishment. There was no, I never said no to her. It was just my hand closed. So she had to figure out how to get the kibble from me in power of deduction, which allows her to think and process through things instead of it being a negative relationship. So happy training, happy to answer any questions, and we'll show some more leave it games as well as we go, as long as we go. So happy training. Please check out Tagline Goods, the link to Tagline Goods, and see all the cool burner shirts and swag that we have there, and enjoy your puppies. Happy training.